In the late 1970s, nestled in a quiet town surrounded by dense woods, stood an old Victorian mansion. Locals whispered stories of its haunted history, recounting chilling tales of inexplicable sounds, ghostly apparitions, and an unspeakable evil that plagued the house. It had been abandoned for years, but the rumors had never faded. Few dared to venture close, fearing the malevolent presence that seemed to emanate from within. One fateful day, Father Thomas, a seasoned exorcist, received a letter from a desperate family. The O'Connors had recently moved into the town and settled in the cursed mansion, unaware of its dark past. They soon began experiencing strange occurrences, objects moving on their own, cold spots, and eerie shadows lurking in the corners of their vision. Father Thomas sensed the urgency in their letter and knew he had to act swiftly. He gathered his tools of faith, including the holy water and a relic passed down through generations of exorcists. The townsfolk warned him to stay away from the cursed place, but he believed it was his duty to confront the malevolence and bring peace to the tormented souls trapped within. As he approached the mansion, a shiver ran down his spine. The once grand building now seemed like a foreboding, sinister presence looming over the town. Crows circled overhead, their caws echoing through the quiet air, as if warning him of the evil that awaited inside. Father Thomas stepped into the dimly lit foyer, feeling an oppressive weight upon his shoulders. He was met with Mrs. O'Connor's trembling figure, her face pale with fear. She led him to the heart of the darkness, the basement. Descending the creaky stairs, the temperature dropped significantly. A guttural growl filled the air, causing Father Thomas to grip his crucifix tightly. He knew he was dealing with a formidable adversary. In the dim light, he could make out strange symbols drawn on the walls, indicating the presence of a sinister force. The air was thick with malevolence, and Father Thomas could feel the weight of the spirits crying out for liberation. He began the exorcism ritual, chanting prayers and splashing holy water to purify the area. But the malevolent force fought back with unrelenting fury. The shadows writhed and twisted, forming grotesque shapes that seemed to reach out for him. Father Thomas stood his ground, his faith unwavering. He called upon the power of his relic, holding it aloft, a beacon of light amidst the darkness. With every verse and incantation, the spirits grew weaker, and the evil force lost some of its grip. Yet the battle was far from over. The malevolent entity manifested before him, taking on the shape of a terrifying, spectral figure. It spoke in sinister whispers, taunting him with his deepest fears and doubts. Father Thomas continued to fight, reciting passages from the Bible and commanding the entity to depart. His voice never wavered, and his conviction never faltered. Slowly, the malevolence began to recede, retreating into the depths of the house. The ordeal lasted for hours, but in the end, the spirits relented. Peace settled upon the mansion, and the O'Connors' home was free from the malevolent presence that had tormented it for decades. As Father Thomas left the mansion, he felt both relief and sorrow. He knew the evil he had confronted would likely resurface again elsewhere, but for now, he had brought peace to the tormented souls trapped within the old house. The tale of the exorcism in the late 1970s spread throughout the town, becoming a legend of bravery and faith. And though the mansion remained abandoned, its dark history now held a glimmer of hope, thanks to the courageous exorcists who had faced the terrifying unknown and prevailed against the haunting evil that lurked within.